anybody here was with Gaz when they first started this? Was anybody here in the beginning?
Most of them are brand new.
Okay. So when Gaz very first started with Enagic, like before they were with another company and then they were with Enagic. So I've been here since they started with Enagic, and like there was no anything. There was like everything was kind of put together, kind of Mickey Mouse together with like different softwares and things like that. Like part of it was on Lead Pages, part of it was webinar jams, part of it was something else. Like it was kind of all together. So in the process of that, somebody needs to be muted. I don't know who this person, how to mute people on here.
I'm trying. Oh, I think I got her.
Good job. Awesome.
I know. Okay.
So in the midst of that, everybody, when they, like not everybody, but a couple people when they first started had already been doing online marketing. So like most people, when they first do a big launch, you launch to people that are in the industry. So like you get a big kind of influx of people to work with, and then because they're already in the industry, they know how to bring other people in, and then you start getting new people who then become leaders and bring new people in, and that's kind of how it goes into the Go finish your sandwich, please. So in the midst of that, myself and one of my now business partners started kind of doing the same thing, but slightly different. Like how you guys have Team Phoenix, who ended up merging. Like we were the exact same thing, but we call ourselves Infinite Freedom and whatever. So pretty much the exact same thing. Good job. So I had done a little bit of online marketing before. Like I was by no means an expert in any way. I didn't make any money before. Well, I think the most I made was like $600 or something like that in a company before I started with like Gaz and Enagic and stuff like that. And then now it's been crazy because now I've been able to take the skills that I have with the system that they've created and then the perfect product, and I've actually been able to finally make money, and I've been able to do a lot with it. I think like this last year is probably the most I've ever traveled in my entire life. Like I think just this last year I went on like 9 or 10 trips with everybody from Gaz and like my kids and family trips and stuff like that. I think it was August or September, I hit 682 in Enagic. Yeah, woo. So it's been crazy, but it's been fun. Like I know some days I'm like, holy fuck, that like I'm so frustrated, but like I wouldn't trade it for anything. Yes, it's frustrated, but it's nothing compared to what I was doing before and what I would be doing if I hadn't started this business. You know, and like everybody who is here now, yes, you guys are brand new. And I know it's hard because like you see all these people who have been here for a year, for 10 months or almost a year or whatever, and you want the results that they have, but you're brand new. You can't compare your page 1 or your page 5 to somebody's page 100. You know, like you need to go through the steps that they did to get there. And I know sometimes that's hard to be patient because you want that lifestyle. That's the goal, right? When we join these things, we want the money, we want the lifestyle and things like that, but you got to go through the process. And sometimes that's the hardest part, is just being patient enough to allow it to work. If you stay, like I swear, if you stayed consistent, like every single day consistent for 60 to 90 days, you will get results. It's not a matter of if, but when. Like if you, every single day you're doing your marketing, every single day you're talking to leads, every single day you're running ads, every single day you're reading and you're working on yourself, you're listening to audios, you're doing meditation or whatever you like to do, whatever makes you feel centered. If you do that every single day, you will get results. The people who don't get results are the ones who they start, stop. And then they wonder why their business has never taken off. A year later, they're still in the exact same spot. Is because they stop, go. They've never given themselves or their business a chance to build enough momentum that it finally takes off. Every single person on my team who has actually listened to what I say and they stay consistent for those 60 to 90 days, they're like, oh my God, you're right. I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't, like, just do what I tell you to do. And sometimes it's so frustrating because people get so down on themselves, and like we're sometimes we're so emotionally involved that we don't quite see what we're doing wrong, or like we don't see it until somebody points it out and we're like, oh, right. But it's like one girl on my team, she called it, it's almost like popcorn, or like a like boiling water, you know, like it simmers, it simmers, it simmers, like you get your ads going and like you start getting a bit of momentum and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden it boils over and you can't even control it. Like you have so many people and you're so busy that you almost don't have enough time in a day to talk to everybody. Like, so Kat and Shauna and Alicia, what were your, like, was that your experience when you guys started? Like, the hardest part is the first building grind phase, because you feel like it's not working. Like you're like, I'm doing all these things and nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, it's starting to work. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, now I can't control it.
Yeah, it was like the moment where I just kind of like let go. I let go worrying about the money. I let go worrying about how we were going to do all those things. Those are the moments that I see the most success. If I start stressing about money, then I see nothing. Yeah. If I start stressing about or taking too much time out of my day to do other things, like this week we're listing the house and I haven't been implementing time into my books and my stuff. So I've only gotten like 3 leads, and I bet you anything it's because of that, right? Yeah. It's because I haven't been implementing the time into myself, my business, and I haven't been staying consistent. So yeah. Those are the things that you have to always be doing, and not like always worrying about the money. It's not the point.
Mm-hmm. And it's so much easier said than done, but that was the exact same experience that I had. Like the reason why everybody joins us is because they want to make money. That's the reason I joined. That's the reason why every single person that comes here joins us, was because they want to make more money so that either they can not be broke or they can have more time. But honestly, like, and everybody says this, but it sounds so simple, but it's the hardest thing to get, because when you finally let go of the money, you start enjoying the process. You start enjoying, because when you're focusing on selling someone, that comes through in your energy. But when you focus on you're coming from a place of serving, or coming from a place of helping people, that will come through in your energy as well. So that, like, when I first started, I was completely broke. I was I sold a vehicle. I canceled everything I could. I got rid of things. I had to move out of my house. I almost lost my house. I had to move into my mom's basement with my 2 kids, like at the age of, I don't know, I was like 26, I think, but like after having all these things, like I've already owned my own home. I have a family, things like that. Now I'm going backwards to like, I'm 18 years old again or something like that, living in my mom's basement, but now I have 2 kids and I'm broke, you know? So that wasn't my ideal state. That's not where I thought I would be at that place in time, after already owning my own home and owning my own vehicles and things like that. So, but honestly, it wasn't until I started reading The Magic and Happy Pocket Full of Money that I like started to get it. I started to get that, like, your thoughts are things. And yes, we see this all the time. And I used to get so frustrated listening to people talk about mindset. I'm like, I don't fucking care about meditating and reading books. Tell me how to make money. You know, like, just tell me the secret. There's got to be some ad strategy. There's got to be something, like, I know you're holding out on me kind of thing. Like, whenever I would watch a webinar on mindset, I would just turn it off, because I'd be like, I already do this stuff. I already know. Right. But I clearly didn't know, because I wasn't making any money. And it wasn't until I finally let go of that and I started like implementing the things that I was reading in Happy Pocket Full of Money, that like things started to switch. Things started to change. And like, your thoughts, everything that you're doing right now is literally creating your life 6 months from now. So you think about where you were, like what you were doing 6 months ago, you were working towards whatever is happening right now. Like, for a while, I did what everybody says not to do. Like, you get a little bit of success in your business, and then you start to slack off. You know, like, we were traveling lots and we were having fun, and it was summertime, and I wasn't doing all the things in my business. And then my business like was dead. Well, it wasn't dead, but like it went way, way, way down compared to what it was, you know, because during that time, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't implementing things. I wasn't working on my business, which then created a few months ago where my business was not going. Leads weren't coming in. My ads weren't working. I wasn't getting a lot of sales. Like, my savings was dwindling, and I was like, oh fuck, I totally did this to myself. And I realized, because you don't realize it in the moment, but you realize after, but you become aware of things, you're like, holy fuck, I totally did this. I totally did this to myself. But now that I know that, and
Mike did the same thing in August. We like spent the whole month traveling, came home, and we're like, shit, we don't have any money for September. We didn't sell any, like we didn't make any sales. We didn't do anything for our business. We didn't do anything all summer. And then that's in September, we had to hustle our butt off to make sure that we could still didn't have to drain everything.
Yeah.
It's
remember, like, important. If you want that lifestyle, you need to start doing it now. Like, I know that they talk about this on the Gaz webinars all the time about be, do, have. Like, people think that once I have this, then I'll do this and I'll act like this, but it doesn't work like that. You need to be the 6 and 7 figure earner. You need to do what a 6 and 7 figure earner does, and then you will have what a 6 and 7 figure earner has. You know, it doesn't work where you have it first and then you go and do those things. You need to be it first and create that now, so that 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, you have what you're doing today. Put it in place today so that 6, however months later, it's your reality. And it literally works like that. And I know, like, again, when you're in that situation, because I thought the exact same thing, I'm like, yeah, easy for you to say, like, I just think thoughts and it comes true. And it's not necessarily just thinking thoughts. It's doing certain things every single day. It's working. How much are you actually working on your business every single day? People think like, oh, I'm talking to people all day. And really, no, you're not. You're sitting on your computer, but you're not doing anything. Your computer's on your lap, but you're not doing anything. You might be posting on Facebook, but that's not what's making you money. Your 2 income producing activities is running ads and talking to people. How much of that are you doing every single day? And if you're brand new and your ads are just getting started, or you don't have ads running yet, what can you be doing? So go out and shoot a whole bunch of videos, or like, I don't know if you guys like share videos and let people use your videos and stuff like that, but start running videos, start split testing. How much split testing are you doing? Are you wasting money running ads too long? A lot of people do that or they shoot one video and it was so hard. And I understand, because shooting videos was extreme. Like, I got in the biggest fight with my boyfriend at the time because I wouldn't shoot a video. Like, we got in the biggest fight about it. And then once I finally did it, I was like, okay, I did it. I don't want to do it again. Like, I'm going to use it. But the video, of course, it was my very first video, so it wasn't that good, but I was so terrified, and I had done it once. So I'm like, I don't want to do it again. I'm good. I don't want to do it again. I know,
this girl, I was like, when are you going to do a video? When are you going to do a video? Now she's pumping out the videos like crazy. She's doing them with her team. She's making videos for her teams. I love you. Just amazing.
Oh, I love you. And I know that a lot of people are, they're still working. So you might not have a lot of time between like work and family and kids and things like that. So to fit your business in, you might have a limited amount of time right now, which is fine. But where are your pockets during the day that you do have time? Do you have a lunch break? Do you have time while you're driving to listen to audios? Could you do phone calls while you're driving? When you get home from work, obviously you want to, like, people think that I've worked all day, I deserve some time off, I'm going to watch TV. Save that for later. Right now, you are in a dire state where you need to make shit happen. Save TV for later. Fill your mind with things that are going to improve your life. Watching the news is not going to improve your life. Watching reality TV or whatever show, you're filling your mind with garbage right now. It's not inspiring to you. It's not helping you. Could you be spending that time with your kids? Honestly, something that I learned, like and when I started this business, I was like, oh my God, I'm so busy. I'm not even spending time with my kids. So schedule time in with them. Schedule time in with your spouse. Schedule time in with your kids. Like, honestly, your kids don't want any more than 20 minutes of your undivided attention anyways. Like right now, of course she wants it because I'm not paying attention to her. But when you actually like give them your attention, like after 20 minutes, they're bored of you and they want to go like do something else. But at least you've filled their cup, you filled their attention cup and their emotion cup, and you filled yours. So you don't have to feel guilty that I'm not paying attention to my kids, blah, blah, blah. Even if it's like 10, 15 minutes where you just give them your undivided attention, they're good. They're fine. They'll leave you alone then, so then you can get what you need done. But if you come home and you're instantly on your computer, they're going to drive you nuts because they haven't seen you all day and you're not paying attention to them. But where are your pockets of time? When the kids go to bed, do you have an hour or two before you go to bed? You know, is your spouse doing this? Can you guys do this together? I know some people, their spouse is just definitely not into it. They don't see the value yet, but they will once they see you start to change. Once they see the changes in you, they're going to be like, wow. Now, sometimes it doesn't always work like that because when you start to change, it scares them a little bit because they think you're outgrowing them and you're going to leave me and all these fear things happen. But if you do that thing or you spend like even just a little bit of undivided attention with them and you tell them, communicate with them, this is something that is really important to me. I want to do this for us and I need you to support me. You know, if you be stern and direct, if you just ignore them and you're like, whatever, ignore them, like, I don't care, this is my business, then obviously they're going to get upset and it's going to cause more chaos in your life. But if you tell them, if you be straight up with them and say, I need your support, I love you, I'm not leaving you, I'm doing this for us so that we can have a better life and I need your support, then they'll be like, oh shit, okay. What can I do to help, right?
Oh, Olivia bug.
I have something, so I can send it to you guys so you guys can see on a okay, well, you're gonna have to go over there with it, it's gonna be way too loud. Here, you gotta go over there. There we go. So I have this like a little worksheet that I can give you guys as well so that you can see. Can I share my screen at all? Okay, 1 second. Then I can show you guys what I'm actually talking about. Just a second here. I'll pull it up first. Olivia, can you go in Mommy's room or turn that down, please? Oh, yeah, you gotta turn it down. Thank you, miss. Hang on, let me just find this. I don't know.
If any of you guys have questions for Katelyn, throw them in the chat and we'll ask them after.
Yeah.
I know Shauna's got 3, but every time you talk, I feel like you're talking directly at me though. It's like, oh, yeah, she's pulling me out of my bullshit. She knows.
We all do this though. Like we all, I'm not like, I'm talking to everyone right now because we all do this. I do it too. Like when I'm saying it to you, I'm talking to myself too because I do these things. And the only reason why I know this and why I can talk about it is because I've done it. Like I've been broke, I've gotten results in my business, and then I've also slacked off and lost results in my business because I got complacent, I got comfortable, and I got lazy. And, you know, I've gone through those struggles of when you first start your business, and it's a little bit chaotic because it's something new and you're growing and everybody's seeing the growth around you, which kind of sometimes can scare people. Hang on, I will show you. So I can send this to you guys. How do I share my screen?
It should be at the bottom.
The button right in front of my face. All right. Share screen. All right. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's just like a scheduler, so like a weekly calendar. So every single week on like Sunday or something like that, you can come in and you can look at this and you can schedule your week. So the hours that you know you cannot work on your business, say you work from 9 to 5. So you would color 9 to 5 out in red. Those are your non-negotiable, non-working, like you have no time for your business. You color those out in red. And then the time where you do have time for your business, like say you have a lunch break, or say you have a couple hours after the kids go to bed, or say you have a day off or something like that, you schedule those in green. And then say you your time for like reading and meditation or whatever, or say you go to the gym, you color those in like purple or something like that, like a fun color, so that you can see, you have a visual of your week. You schedule everything in, everything that's important to you. So you got to schedule out your absolute non-negotiable, no time for business. So that gets colored in red. You schedule in your time with your family. You schedule in your time for your business. You schedule in your time for working on yourself, the time, because you need time to yourself too, to replenish. You need time away from your business. Otherwise you're going to get burnt out. So now you have a schedule, you have a visual for your entire week and what that looks like. So now there's no excuses. You don't think like, oh, I can do it later, or oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or oh, I don't have time. Now you can see where you have your pockets of time. Do you have lunch breaks? Do you have a little bit of time here and there, right? You have a visual so you can see that. And then you stick to it.
Yeah, I love this. Like, as simple as this is, like any one of us could make this on a PDF or whatever, but she's going to send this to us. But how simple this is, and I never thought of it. Because like now, especially even after you've seen the success and you're able to work from home 24/7, my week, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just play each day. Like I have my morning routines, I do my night routines, I do all those things. But I have no idea when I'm going to schedule on specific times for certain things.
You kind of just do it whenever. But now, like, and I've kind of noticed this too. Like, yes, I work on my business, but it's kind of like I feel stressed because I'm like always in my, like, it's all in my head. Like, I know I got to go pick the kids up at this time. I know I got to do this and I know I got to do that. But when I have a visual and I get it out of my head and on paper, I can see, okay, at this time I need to do this. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to remember. I don't have to remember to go and post things on Facebook. I don't have to remember to go and message people at this time. I don't have to remember that I have a call at this time or whatever, right? So you can, on the back, you can flip it over and write notes about, okay, at this time I need to do this. Or you can like even write in the little boxes, at this time I need to do this. So you get it out of your brain so you're not stressed out and thinking about it like, oh my God, I have so much to do. Because I do that. Like if I don't have a visual of it, I just feel stressed out. Like I have so much to do. But then when I actually look at it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's really not that much.
Yeah, I love this. I can't wait to have it. Because I'm going to color, that thing's going to be a rainbow.
Yeah, and you make it fun. Like you make it like the time where it's for you and like your whatever you enjoy doing. So your meditation or your exercise or whatever, you color that in like fun colors in purple or yellow or whatever your favorite color is, right? And make it fun and then stick to it. Every single Sunday, fill it out. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about?
Yeah, there was one. You can maybe stop sharing because I am recording so that it goes back to your face. Okay, so the one question was, you left an MLM company for this, correct? And if so, what was your best advice on the transition? Not looking like a flake.
To leave, not looking like a flake, leaving the MLM?
So like your current audience, I'm assuming, right, Melissa? Yeah. And I think that's what Shauna was asking too, one of her questions.
So I would just be honest and tell people that you've grown and you found something that's better. You have a duty to your audience and to your customers to give them the best possible advice, the best possible opportunity, and the best possible help. And you are doing them a disservice by staying where you are.
Awesome. Shauna had, Melissa, did that answer your question? Love it. Okay, cool. Shauna had two other questions, if I can remember them. The first one was, what are your top 3 ways to boost engagement on your fan page?
Using the features of Facebook. So having original content, like not just posting stuff from YouTube. I know like we tell people to do that in the beginning just to get something on their page, but having original content and consistently, like if you stop, go again, you never give it a chance to work. But if you're only promoting on your page, Facebook wants you to be giving value. So be giving valuable posts, writing videos and things like that. Like giving, if I don't know if anybody blogs on here, but if you blog, you can put your own like articles, but Facebook likes when you stay on Facebook. So if you're posting valuable content, valuable videos that aren't selling people, so you're doing your go lives, you're doing your own videos, your own pictures, your own everything, it's content that's strictly for your page. Nobody else has it on Facebook or anything, right? So that's going to boost it. So being active on your page, like actively messaging people, actively posting, actively using the messaging features, actively using go lives and stuff like that. They watch everything. Are you consistently getting likes? the videos that you're posting resonate with the audience that you're targeting or the audience that you're trying to reach, right? Like if you're posting baking videos and you're trying to reach like entrepreneurs or something, it's probably not going to have a very good relativity, right?
I like that answer, because I have been creating my own posts lately and like my own stories and writing a lot more, because I feel like that's one thing I am good at. I might not be as good at the go lives, but I'm good at writing. So that's what I've been doing more of, and I have noticed a lot more engagement with my page, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Shauna's other question.
That's awesome. Sorry, I just want to comment. Thanks for that. That's Shauna. Is it really loud? I'm sorry if it is. I just want to say, okay, I'm in like a crazy child play place. But I just wanted to say thank you for that, Katelyn, because I do have a blog, and I turned it off and I shut off my my blog, and it was a big blog. So I think I'm going to start it up again, and I'll focus a little bit more on that. I didn't even think about that, to be honest.
That's for you. Like I would keep it on, because that for you can be an authority piece. Like if you already have an established blog and you have a lot of old content on it, you can send people to your blog, or you can post your blog articles on your page and stuff like that. And people see that like, oh, you're actually a real person. You have a Facebook account, you have an Instagram account, you have a blog, you have a YouTube, you have this, you have that, right? Like there's all these other different touch points where they see that you've been doing this for a while and you've been consistent, and you're not a bot, or you're not somebody from like Nigeria or whatever, right? And you can say like, you can even write things like you have conversations with people and they tell you about their struggles and be like, oh, I recently wrote a blog article on that, check it out, and give them a link or something, right? Like it can be an authority piece for you.
I love that. I might even start, because like, and then what you guys are doing is having a separate website for this blog and then sending links to it. Is that what I'm?
Yeah, I have mine just came from my shop. So when I had my shop, I did a blog, and it was like some lifestyle stuff, some traveling with toddlers, and then I did like organic, gluten-free, dairy-free recipes. So it was really targeted at like moms that were in the health and wellness industry, I guess. But I could start with what Katelyn just said. That's brilliant. Like, you know, I talk to people every day, and I could like literally write a blog on what I do often, right? Or what I've learned. Even it's just like a go live. You could, instead of just sharing the value on your go live, you could also write it. So now I have all these ideas. I'm going to be busy.
If you don't want to, well, like Kat, you said you're good at writing, so you like for people who enjoy writing, then write. But if you're already doing videos and you're already doing go lives and stuff like that, you can take those off of Facebook and put them on your blog as well, you know? So like you're repurposing your content instead of having to do it like you write it out and then you make a video, or you make a video and then you write it out kind of thing. Whatever you like doing more, because I personally, like, I'm decent at writing, but I don't necessarily enjoy it, you know? So whatever you enjoy doing, do that, because if you feel like it's forced, you're not going to do it. It's going to become a chore and you're not going to do it. So if you like doing videos and you're already doing videos, do your video, do your go lives on Facebook, and then download it off of Facebook and go and put it on a blog.
That's cool. I never even thought about that, and I knew you could download.
Yeah.
Yeah, and WordPress is a really good one, Kat, and anybody else can do it. I like research so many. WordPress is really good for blogs, and you can pair it with like a Shopify, and it's really, really cheap, or even free. Wix does free sites too, and they're really easy to build. But
well,
anyways, that's it. Thanks.
Busy this week. Oh, Shauna, while you're still on, something.
Yeah. Katelyn, I just wanted to also ask you for organic. I haven't really done a lot of organic, hardly at all, and I was just wondering what your thoughts were on organic, if you had done anything like that. I just find people are really creative with organic, and I'd like to know any tips that you have for organic.
Do you mean
creating organic sales and following?
I think that
yeah, like do you use
like, do you mean like to your friends and family, or just like people organically just coming in from everywhere?
Yeah, I guess I mean like, do you use your social media? Do you have a way for your friends and family through that? Do you use your Facebook to pull people? Like, how do you post? do you just have a strategy for getting, by organic, I mean, I guess it would be people that you know, that you're bringing in.
I personally don't like work, well, not that I don't like, I would personally rather work with people that I don't know rather than my friends and family, because they become very entitled. They think because they know you or because they're your friend or your cousin or whatever that you're going to do their business for them, kind of thing. Now, this isn't always the case. But I just find that it becomes a bit of a weird relationship, you know, like they think like they put everything on you almost. Like if you're going to bring friends and family in, like you need to make them work for it and like prove themselves to you before you let them come in. Because if they just come in, they're going to think like, oh, you sold me this thing and I'm not making any money and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, well, are you doing any of the steps? And they're like, well, no. And then they phone you every 2 minutes to ask you a question. And it's like, you know what? If this was anybody else, you'd have to ask in the group. You know, like I wouldn't let anybody else phone me 5 times a day to ask me questions that are in the training. So it's not okay for you to do it, but then it becomes like a weird relationship. So I personally don't really promote to any friends and family. The only thing that I do with organic is like, now that I've been doing it for a year or so, a little over a year, and like people have seen the growth, now people are starting to reach out to me. So I think like if you are going to promote to friends and family, I wouldn't directly promote to them. I would just let them see your growth and then let them come to you. You know, like so by organic, like you just do all the content that you're already doing. You do your go lives, you do your videos, you do your posts, you do your Instagram, you do your YouTube or your blog or whatever, like whatever content you're doing, put that out there, put it on your business page, and then share it to your personal page or however you want to do it so that other people will see it. But I wouldn't directly reach out to anybody. I would let them come to you and let them see your success and your growth and that you stuck with it for so long. People are going to be like, what are you doing? Right? But then when they do come to you, make them prove themselves, because like I said, like because they know you and they think that they have like an in or a leg up or whatever, because they know you, they expect you to do their business for them and they expect you to be at their beck and call. That's just my personal feeling about it.
I you know what, Katelyn, I'm on the exact same page as you. I totally agree. That's why I've actually turned down people, and actually when people I know come, I almost cringe and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go there. So thank you for
a weird
that
relationship, because like I don't know, yeah, I feel like it creates
a totally.
But I mean, if you have somebody who like you know would be super good, like they come to you and you know that, like I've only ever had one, like I've had lots of people reach out to me to see what I'm doing, but I'll just like send them to the webinar or whatever kind of thing. And I've only had one person actually join in, and we had a bit of a like thing in the beginning where he had different expectations of what he thought I should have been doing for him. And like we had a conversation about it, then after that it was fine, but still it was just an uncomfortable conversation, right? That he just expected he just expected me to kind of like do the business for him or like be there like with him every single step of the way, which I was. But I'm like, you know what, you need to understand that there's 400 other people specifically that I work with, you know, like you need to go through the training. Like if it's something that can be answered, you can either like, we have groups upon groups upon groups that you can reach out to that you'll get an answer within seconds. Like, don't get mad at me because I don't answer you within like 2 seconds because I'm doing all these other things. I'm running things in the background. I still have a life and I have kids at home, you know? So like, you need to give me a minute. But once you have that conversation with people, then they understand, and they like, you just got to set expectations from the beginning.
I have a question. I don't know if anybody else does, but okay. So, you know, I had just restarted a whole bunch of pages.
Yeah.
My other ones got shut down. And my one that I tried to use was one from before that got shut down, but was miraculously brought back to me, but it didn't seem to want to create an ad. So I'm starting to use the really, 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 really old page that really hasn't been used in 5 years. And I'm trying to like bring it back. And it's pretty much just like, to bring it back to life, I pretty much have to treat it like a brand new page. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right.
just have to start like posting consistently on it again and like get the reach and the activity on the page back up.
Yeah, because it's my ads aren't doing
Things were
anything.
shut down at the same time.
No, so what happened? So remember like a couple months ago, I got like, you were sitting beside me and I got that page shut down and all my ad accounts shut down.
Yeah.
You were sitting in my kitchen.
But it was all of them that got shut down?
Yeah, back then, remember like that whole, like I got like 4 ad account. I had to create a whole new business manager and a whole new page and a whole new profile and all that stuff. But then miraculously, a couple weeks later, remember it all came back to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it did. So I thought, oh, I'll go try use that page again, but I couldn't get an ad approved on it. So I'm thinking it's still flagged, even though I got all those ad accounts back.
So sometimes what happens with Facebook is if you get, so I don't know why all of them would have gotten shut down. You must have had something connected, either an email or a payment method or something that was attached to all of the accounts that would have made them all get shut down. Mm-hmm. So when you're creating your when you're creating your ad accounts, don't like create them so that you have backups, but don't connect anything to them. Only connect your page and your payment method to one ad account at a time. Yeah. So if you have the same payment method connected to a whole bunch of different ad accounts, if one of them gets shut down, they'll all get shut down because that one payment method is now flagged. So only set up your payment method one account at a time. If you don't have another credit card, so when say your one ad account gets shut down and now that credit card number is banned, it's no good anymore, but you don't have another credit card number, you can go and create a PayPal account so that Facebook only sees the PayPal, but you need a new email, which is super easy. Go to Gmail or Hotmail, go and create a new email, and then connect that PayPal email with the new ad account, but don't connect it with more than one, only one at a time. And then so don't connect your page, only connect things one at a time per ad account. There's something else I was going to say, but now I forgot.
Well, we'll just retouch back on everything. We'll recap. Maybe I'll think of it. So what I had done, I think it actually disallowed my personal profile at the same time.
Okay, I remembered. Okay, so something that happens when you get ads banned, their algorithm can start auto blocking you. So, and I think we might have talked about this before. So you might notice that no matter what, you can't get a friggin' ad approved. It doesn't matter what you do to the video, doesn't matter what you do to the text, doesn't matter what you do, you just can't get it approved. So if you have an ad that for whatever reason you just can't get approved, if you delete the whole post from your page, and then so each post you have on your Facebook has a post ID. So if you get that post with that one ID gets banned or doesn't get approved, that now post ID, it's going to be really hard to get it approved. So I would delete it, upload the video or post again. So now it has a new post ID. You need to, when you upload it, before you upload it, change the name that the file is saved under on your computer. So say you have it like add video 1, change it to like mama cat video 1111 or something like that. Like make the name of the file different. So now when you upload it, the file, it looks different. The post ID is different. Change your text in the video and see if that works. If that still doesn't work.
Yeah, just like my ads, like they're running, like I got them finally approved under my new page, my new old page, but they're just like nothing. I'm not getting any messages. I'm not getting really any leads. Yeah. I'm not getting, it's just like I'm starting with like worse than ground zero. And I'm wondering if I should just literally create a whole new, like I started with this page because it had a following, it had a likes, it had the basics of everything. So I didn't have to start from ground zero, but it's almost like it's worse. Just because it is connected to that profile that was once banned, I think. Even moved it to a new business manager. I've done all those things again.
Okay. Okay. So just to finish. Okay. So I just want to finish this one thing, and then I'll try and answer that if I can. So if that still doesn't work, when you delete it, you re-upload it with all the changed file name and everything. When you go to do an ad, change the name of the campaign, whatever you name it in the campaign part as well, so it looks like a totally new, different ad. If you keep doing that, it's still not working, you might be auto-blocked. So what Facebook does, their algorithm sometimes auto-blocks you for whatever reason, I don't know why. So what you can try doing to see if you're auto-blocked is to just upload a photo with no writing on it, just like a regular photo of like your cat or your kid or whatever. And then just in the text, write like a positive quote or something. No link, just like a nice positive quote, no writing on the photo, and see if that doesn't get approved, then you're auto blocked, because that's like the safest ad that you can ever create. It has no links, it has no writing on it, has nothing. Like, there's no way that it wouldn't get approved. So if that doesn't get approved, you're being auto blocked, and all you have to do is just message Facebook. You know how they have like your ad is not approved, appeal here or whatever. Message Facebook and just say, I'm trying to run an engagement ad to a photo. Can you please tell me why this wasn't approved or whatever? And they'll just
and it actually did work to bring them back. So I'm just going to keep working on bumping my algorithm, like my engagement and everything, and see if that helps, because I did get some approved. So
I mean, I would try for a little bit. I think it's just that it was a page and then it went dead. So now you need to kind of redo it. Like it pretty much is like starting from scratch. So now you need to build up that audience and that engagement again. I would try that for like a week or two. If that doesn't work, then I would just start a whole new page, I guess.
Okay, cool. So there's 2 more questions and then we can get off, because I know you got to go to, are you leaving for LA?
Oh,
Okay, well this lady's going traveling again, so like what, the 11th? I have a question. What's your opinion on having lots of likes from India on the original like campaign? Like, I'm thinking of completely taking them all off of your page.
I think if your page is brand new, I would just leave it, because when you do your ads, so the reason why we do that initially is just to get some social proof in the beginning, and it's really cheap. So yes, in the beginning, you might get a whole bunch of like weird comments and things like that, but I would just leave it, because when you start doing your ads, people are just going to start, like, when you target your ads, you're targeting Canada, US, Australia, or whatever, right? So only those people are going to see your ads. You're not going to get a bunch of people from India seeing your ad. So people from those countries are already going to like your page. They're going to see your thing. They're going to like your post or like your page or whatever. You can invite them to like your page. So you're not paying, because if you do a likes campaign in Canada, US, or Australia, you're going to be paying out the ass for it. Like, you'll be paying like $1 or more per like, right? Whereas if you do a likes campaign in India or Thailand or wherever, you're paying like pennies. So when you do your ads, you're already going to get engagement from those other countries like Canada, US, Australia. You're going to get people who are going to come and like your page from there. And you're going to get engagement from those people as you do more ads and as you build your page up.
Sorry. So he just added to it. He said, just wondering if the people looking at your ad will look at the people who have liked your page and think that it's sketchy.
Nah, I don't know. Can you see who likes your other people's pages? I don't think you can even see that.
No. So
I don't think I could go to your page and see who's liked your page.
I could see like what friends I think have liked it, but not like the population. Yeah. So I don't even think that's an issue, Trace. You know what? What about running an extra like campaign again on my page? That might be a good thing to bring back up all that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would totally start from the beginning again. Like, I would do the likes campaign again. I would do like start doing go lives on it, start doing videos, start doing messaging ads, start doing like everything to get it up again.
Okay, I'm on it. I'll do it. I'll do all the things, Katelyn.
Good girl.
Any more questions before this girl gets on an airplane? We gotta go. I just want to
thanks so much, Katelyn. It was nice to finally, I think it's the first time I've seen you talk in real life.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
So for all the new people that are in here, I know that some of the stuff we talked about, you're going to have to wait a little bit to implement. But for all the new people, the best advice that I could ever give you is just stay ultra, ultra, ultra consistent. And then schedule in your time so you're not getting burnt out. You're not getting overwhelmed. You're not feeling like, why am I doing this? Because I know when I first started, some of those questions crossed my mind because I was like, the whole point of this was to have more time and to be with my kids and stuff like that. And got so busy at a certain point that I'm like, I'm not spending any time with my kids. Like, why am I even doing this? But it's that short-term sacrifice for that long-term gain. Yes, for a couple months, you might be super busy and you're going to be neglecting your family a little bit, but involve them in what you're doing. Like, I involve my kids in, like, have them in your videos, have them do your rituals with you, like your gratitude. Like, we do gratitude rituals. We do all sorts of like different games and stuff. Involve them in it so that they feel like it's dead, it died, so that they feel like you're not neglecting them and it's fun for them. Like, imagine if we started doing all of this stuff at the age of like 2 or 5 or 7 or something like that. Like, imagine how much farther ahead all of us would be, and like we wouldn't have these limiting beliefs and these like crazy things that we deal with because we started when we were 2. You know, like, that would be amazing.
It would be amazing. Like, I read my kids, when I'm reading just out loud to them. Like, they love my self-help books. They love the magic. I've read them a bunch of different books and they love it. That's their bedtime story. So.
And like, I always thought that like they weren't listening until like recently my older son starts like pulling out these like he'll say these like random things. And like, even my little 2-year-old, she gets mad if we don't do our gratefuls before bed. Like, if I'm like tired and I'm just like hoping they won't notice, I'm just like, okay, good night. She's like, what about our gratefuls? Like, oh, okay. But my son, like, he he'll like randomly pull out these things that I'm telling him, or like I'm playing audios in the background and things like that. Like, remember, you're also filling their heads. Be careful of what you're filling their heads with because they're very impressionable. But the other day I told my son, we were leaving for school, and he was moving extremely slow. I'm like, you're moving like a slug right now. Hurry up. We got to go. And he stops and he looks at me super serious. And he's like, don't call me names because then you're teaching me to call other people names. I was like, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But like, they love rocks. Like, they were, for the longest time, can you say, hey, stop for just a second? That's way too loud. He's laughing at me. They love rocks. Like, for the longest time, they were going and picking up rocks everywhere we would go. They'd be like, hey, mommy, have some rocks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's super
going
loud.
through my house trying to like declutter, and I can't believe how many gems I have like all over the house. Like, I didn't even know I had this many gems, but every time I go to the mall or go anywhere, my kids are drawn to them. They love them. That's all they don't want to buy toys. They want to be gems.
Yeah.
Can I ask like a really, like, it's like going to be a yes or no answer? Sorry, I just thought of something. Okay, so if you have an ad copy, I've been using the same ad copy for 4 months. It seems like any picture I put it on, it does well.
Yeah.
And I actually am feeling like I shouldn't use it anymore. Should I just keep using it until it's not working anymore? Is this a stupid question?
Yeah, no, I would keep using it. Like, if it's working, use it until it stops working.
Okay. I just have an urge to change it, and I was like, maybe I should just keep using it over and over and over again until it's not.
I would test it. Like, I would keep using it until it stops working, but you can test again. Like, always keep whatever's working running and then test against it to see if you can get something better. But never turn that off. So everybody who's brand new, you always do your ads. If you find something that works, keep, like, say you have 5 ads running and one is doing really well and the other 4 suck. Turn off the other 4 and start 4 more. Always keep the one that's the 1 or 2 or 3 that are doing really well, and then test against that until you get something better. You're always testing, and trying to beat whatever you just did.
Sorry, Shanna. I muted you only just so we could hear.
It's really loud here. Sorry. Anyways, I just wanted to ask you that while as I'm doing my ads. So thanks.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, well, I obviously needed to see your face before you leave to LA. When are you gonna be home?
I feel like I haven't seen you forever. I'm gonna be back Monday. We're going to Mark's event that he had talked about. So that like $1 billion Facebook guy. So we're gonna go see this guy who has spent over $1 billion on Facebook, and he now like helps Facebook write their algorithm. So we're gonna go try and get all the info from him. And then
sleep over on Tuesday so I can get all the info.
Totally. And then we're going to, I think, like, I don't know if anybody, do you know who Billie Jean is? The YouTube guy? So he's, I'm pretty sure, going to be there, and like a couple other really good speakers. So I'm super excited. So I can learn all the info and bring it back to everyone.
Oh, jelly. I'm jealous. And you get to go to hot weather too.
Oh no, I'm so excited.
Oh, I hear your phone. Okay, well, we love you. Thank you. We'll end it.
You, this document in just a second here, and then you can pass it on to everyone.
Okay, I will.
Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Bye.
Bye.